I connect with nature by getting out in the garden and I get my hands in the dirt and it makes me feel grounded.
I'm so happy with planting things. I actually go out and see them grow and I really enjoy it.
I connect with nature by walking along the beach and also taking bush walks. One of my favourite places is to walk on the coastal walk by the seal colony, Cape Fowland, and it makes me feel peaceful and connected with nature almost in a spiritual way.
And as part of our kaupapa, we follow the protocols of Te Wharatapa Whā, and the philosophy of Māori wellbeing is ahu whenua, which means our environment is sacred, and so therefore it becomes a holistic approach to our wellbeing. And so in that process, to engage in our environment raises our wellbeing and creates a sense of calm within oneself so that we're truly connected with Papatūānuku.
Things like tramping, getting out into the bush and watching the beautiful sunsets here on the west coast makes me feel really relaxed and something that I really enjoy doing.
I like to get outside and there's no doubt about it, working and living in the Bulla is a great place to go outside, and I can do that lately in the last couple of years by actually biking as much as I possibly can. So not only am I getting the sort of the physical well-being and of exercise and cycling, but as well it's a remarkable way I've found to actually control my thoughts. Actually riding with like-minded people in the outdoors around the local roads, really exciting and fun, and there's no doubt about it, it's been really good for my physical and my mental health.
What I love about being in the bush is the smell, the dampness, the wet moss, the trees, and just touching and feeling things as I go. It makes me feel a bit stress-free.
I connect with nature by walking on the beach. I love the peaceful atmosphere and the waves breaking, whether it's rough or smooth. It gives me time by myself to think, and I love it.
I love getting outside, especially after working all week. I'm out in my garden, amongst all the plants, amongst my animals, my cats, dog. Love hearing all the birds. I love spring. In the springtime we've got towies that come back to the house, that come back every year, and all the pigeons in the trees. I love the daffodils. Daffodils to me are like happy faces. So I just love it. So it just gives me that lovely good feeling.
I suppose I mainly connect with nature through getting out and about, and mainly through tramping and getting up to high peaks, and I guess it gives me a different perspective on life and a good grounding in how I approach my life and how I deal with things. Yeah.
I like to go down to the beach, mostly in the summer, and just stand sort of knee deep in the sea, and as the waves come towards me, just think that they're washing away my thoughts and my problems and anything that might be negative. And it makes me feel really relieved and just at one with nature.
We're very fortunate to live in a very rural location where we have our own little bit of native bush, and we have pathways, and it's just a wonderful place. So I just go and sit in my backyard. It makes me feel fabulous. I love the coast.
I like to go for a run on the Point Elizabeth track. It makes me feel really relaxed, and I get to enjoy all the nature around me.
I just love taking the kids on little adventures in the bush or on the beach, and we go and look for seashells and snortels. My son tells me we look for snortels. It makes me really happy, and it sort of recharges my battery as well, just spending quality time with the kids and soaking up nature.
It's really nice just to get into the garden. It's peace, it's quiet, there's no phones ringing, you just absorb the nature, but the most important thing is just listening to those little sounds, the birds, the tuis, the bellbirds and the little robin that I have in the garden. Just makes me feel satisfied, it makes me feel proud that I'm living in New Zealand.
I really like to stand outside in the night air and smell, I guess, the native plants, the perfume of the native plants. It makes me feel really connected to where I live and really appreciative.
I do love my gardening, and when I don't have time to gardening, I might pop out to the rivers and go out for a bit of a fish. It's quite fun on the West Coast, and it's just being there, and nature is just part of life.
This is the time of year when I get into the garden and get my hands dirty and weed and plan things for the coming season. So just nature's just going crazy at this time of year, and it just makes me feel really content and happy just to be doing that.
I connect with nature by taking my dog to the beach and having a long walk, and it makes me feel relaxed and calm.
I surf, I go whitebaiting, hunting, I go racing down roads on my motorbike and smell the fresh air, and it just buzzes me out.